Hi everyone, I'm Tim and you're watching The Man Who Planted Potatoes, now broadcasting with dad shirts. But never mind that, Spuds update. Look what I found under the roots of the potatoes this morning. Yes, that's right, we've got real, brand new potatoes growing under the soil. Now, the packet said I could leave them for 12 weeks, so I'm going to leave them for a bit to see if I can fatten them up a bit. But oh my god, this is such a relief. Seriously, guys, I've had this deep, underlying concern the whole time I've been doing this blog that these potatoes are just, not going to grow, or they're going to be tiny, or they're going to shrivel and die, and it's just such a relief that they've grown properly now. The shallots are looking great too. We're getting there with them. Still need to wait for a little bit, but we're seeing some yellowing and some browning, so that's fantastic. I've roped the beans to their poles, so now they're growing very nicely as well. There's still 3 I need to do because I just ran out of sticks. The leeks are getting there as well. Now, I was probably meant to talk about the leeks this week and what's going to happen with them and so on, but the truth is, I don't actually know what I'm going to do with them. So yeah, I'll talk about something else instead. If anyone has any ideas about what to do with the leeks, do tell me. But let's focus on the tomatoes this week, because this week I potted 5 of them into empty food cans. Look at them. Don't mean to blow my own horn, but don't they look wicked? I know I said a couple of weeks ago I'd do a video about toilet roll, and that hasn't materialized yet, but I will do a video about how to turn an empty food can into a plant pot. Honestly, I'm just so pleased about those potatoes. Oh my god, it's not long now. Won't be long until it's time to pick them. Okay, thank you section. On YouTube, thank you to Nanette this week for your comment. Nanette, you commented on the last video as well, and your name keeps changing every day. I don't know why and what that means, but good on you for being creative with the names. On Facebook, thank you this week to Belle, Isabel and Aaron for your likes. On Instagram, thank you to Graham Hobbs and Nellie Faye Cole, and thank you as well, Nellie, for your message on Facebook. That's a brilliant idea, thank you so much. And on Twitter. Now, some of you will remember that a couple of weeks ago I did a video in which I mentioned the Laughing Gardener. It's a YouTube channel run by a guy called Darren Rudge, and obviously I tagged him in the Twitter post, and Darren Rudge, aka the Laughing Gardener, replied to my tweet. A BBC gardening expert tweeted on my work, which means he saw my post, which means he may have actually watched my video. Sorry, having a massive fangirl moment here. So thank you very much, Darren Rudge, for tweeting about that if you're watching this, and thank you to everyone, no matter who you are, for your support for this video and for your support across the last 10 weeks. Thank you so much, guys. It really, really, really does make a difference. It's the absolute lifeblood of this YouTube channel, is your support and your contributions. Okay, everyone, it's time for this week's indoor ideas. It's a thing now. Deal with it. This week, we're talking about peas. Now, let me just say that I am not the biggest fan of peas. In fact, if there was an anti-fan club for peas, I would be part of it. Peas are growing on me a little bit now as an adult, but certainly as a child and as a teenager, I hated peas. I wanted to destroy peas from the face of the planet. In fact, the only time that peas have ever brought me happiness as a child was one night when I was annoying my older brother, and in a dramatic demonstration, my brother shoved a pea into his ear so that he couldn't hear me, and it got stuck. So for the next week, Dan had to wander around with a pea stuck in his ear, and eventually my mum had to float it out with olive oil to stop him having to go to hospital to get it removed. By the way, if you're watching this, Dan, please don't hate me. But I know that my hatred of peas is not universal among the human race. In fact, peas have a great history of growing in these kind of temperate climates. Apparently, they were a favourite of the Vikings because they could freeze them in the northern climates. So I learned in history at school. But let's talk about growing them. In theory, you can grow any species of pea you want in the UK and in a container. But a lot of gardening experts suggest that it may be better to grow dwarf peas or bush peas, particularly if you're growing them in containers, because they're kind of hardier varieties and they're more likely to grow in the kind of limited resources available in a container. Now, in general, peas can be broken down into 3 main varieties. You've got the earlies, they take about 12 weeks to grow. Then you've got the second earlies. Now, they're kind of like the wannabe cool kids at school, you know, those kids that would follow the cool kids around trying to pretend to be one of them. Yeah, that's a second early. They take about 14 weeks. weeks to grow. Then you have the main crop, and they're like just the run-of-the-mill kids, you know, trying to get through school, trying to get home at the end of the day, trying to get good grades and go off to college and achieve their dreams. Can you tell I've been watching a lot of 13 Reasons Why recently? They take about 16 weeks to grow. Now, generally you sow peas a little bit earlier on in the year, so sort of February, March time is the best time to sow them. And then we come to the main challenge with growing peas. gardeningknowhow.co.uk says, keep in mind that pot-grown peas require more water than garden-grown, possibly up to 3 times a day. Because of the frequent irrigation, the nutrients are leached out of the soil, so fertilization is key to growing healthy peas in a container. Yeah. That. So basically, yes, if you're going to grow peas indoors, you need to water them a lot. Then because you're watering them a lot, it's going to wash quite a lot of the nutrients out of the soil. So once the shoots are grown, you need to fertilize them twice. Other challenges, they will require stakes or bamboo poles or something similar to grow up. But largely, yeah, if you can get the watering under control and make sure to fertilize them, peas seem relatively easy. Unlike a lot of the vegetables I've talked about on this blog, peas naturally grow in temperate northern climates. So in the UK at least, and my apologies to any international listeners out there, you don't have to create artificial conditions to get them to germinate. So there you go, peas. Unless you're like me and you're looking to try and start Peamageddon, or possibly the apocalypse. I'm not sure how healthy wearing this dad shirt is for me, to be honest. Then they're a great vegetable to grow. Relatively little work, but still enough to kind of engage you as a gardener. One more thing before I disappear. My friend Matt, who has been so helpful with these videos that he's basically one step away from getting a consultant credit, has also started doing some flower arrangements on social media. Type in on Facebook, flower arrangements by Matthew Brooks. Now, for those of you who are sat there like, oh, I don't do flower arrangements, this is not something that immediately jumped out at me as something I really wanted to do, but honestly, it is amazing what Matt can do with a few sheets of paper. Some of it is paper flowers and kind of making your own sort of artificial flowers out of paper, and some of it is using real flowers to create some amazing displays. All of the sessions are live streamed, so you can actually message Matt as he's doing it and get kind of ideas and have your input in the class. If nothing else, you will be bowled over by how easy Matt makes it look. So that's everything from me this week. If you have ideas or thoughts or questions or comments about anything you've seen in any of these videos, please do get in touch, and you can comment right here down below on YouTube. Please follow me on social media. On Twitter and Facebook, I am @manplanted, and on Instagram, I am themanwhoplantedpotatoes. You can also email me at themanwhoplantedpotatoes@gmail.com. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe right here on YouTube. Thank you once again for all your support, guys. It really, really does make a difference. And I'll see you all next week.